Listen, I'm all vested, okay, in The Chi. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Welcome back to my channel. Well, welcome back. Hell, this is The Chi. It's a new series on Showtime that comes on Sundays at 10 p.m. So this might just be the first time you've ever seen my face. What's up, though? So just click the subscribe button. Rock with me the entire season of The Chi. I know you want to hear what I have to say. I know you want to hear what I have to say. And though I look all nice and prim and proper, your girl is real ghetto. Go ahead, click the subscribe button and make sure you click the like button. Whether you watch the whole thing in its entirety or not, click the like button. You feel me? Okay, so listen. I don't know shit about Chicago. I've never been to Chicago. So if any of you guys are y'all called Chicagoans? Make sure you keep your girl up to date and in the know. Like Snowfall, like I'm all in LA. That's my era. I rocked with that. Like I know what that is. But Chicago, I don't really know much about. So you're going to have to make sure I stay on point. Because I want to know, though, if like the scenery and shit is like really in The Chi. Okay, so here's what the premise of this new series is. I'm going to read it straight from Google, okay? Straight from Google. The South Side of Chicago carries daily danger, and the smallest and simplest of decisions can have life or death consequences for the residents. Life continues as the kids prep for school and their parents shuffle off to work. The young adults of the area are trying to scrape a living for themselves, while the elders sit on the front porches and observe the going-ons. Let's see what else it says. The South Side has the potential to crush dreams, and this coming-of-age series focuses on Kevin, a preteen who embraces the normal rights of childhood, Brandon, who makes a leap of faith to succeed in love and life with Jerica, Emmett, who seeks guidance from his mother, and Ronnie, who is a drifter struggling to be loved. All of them linked together by sheer coincidence at the seek of redemption. The first episode actually aired January 7th is what they're saying. That's the official day. However, it aired a couple weeks ago as a preview, you know, to get us all drawn in. I missed it. Let me tell you what his name is. I need to thank him because his name is B More. That's not what it comes, but he's B More. Had he not told me to come, that he had been checking out my reviews and I think you should do The Chi, I would have missed this good ass series, okay? I would have missed it. So let's get right into it. They told you, okay, main characters, Kevin, young preteen, look like junior high school, right? Kevin, little cutie with his little nappy little hair mohawk, cute though. Then you got Emmett, also cute. Kind of player, you know what I'm saying? Not a doughboy, but a player. Like, spends his money on Jordans and shit and get the girls pregnant and shit. Then you got Brandon, who's a regular dude that has ambitions to open up a restaurant with this girl who's actually a good cook, works hard. Like you got Brandon. And then lastly, you got Ronnie, who's an old head who ain't got no job. Why am I hard on Ronnie? Why am I being hard on Ronnie? Y'all know why I'm being hard on Ronnie. Y'all saw the first damn episode. But Ronnie needs to get a job. He's an old head hanging around, hanging out. Now, let me just tell you what I think about the first episode in general. I loved it. I was hooked. I was all emotional. I was all caught up. You know, from the beginning, they actually drew me in with the first scene and the viewpoint of Chicago. Like, I was drawn in, and then they had me emotionally connected with the rest of the shit of going on. Let's go. So when the scene opens up, you see a kid on this bike, wild hair, you know, he's of mixed ethnicity, cute though, kind of like in LA, it would be like a skater vibe, like an artistic vibe is what he's giving you. You know, he's a kid. You could tell he's a teenager. He's on his bike. He's doing his thing. He's riding through the neighborhood, and he comes up on the neighborhood liquor store, and the owner and I guess maybe the owner's son are outside cleaning up because they about to close, and he's all like, we about to close. He was like, that's okay. I just want a grape pop and a beef jerky. And he's like $1 and $1.75. And what I liked about Coogee was the fact that he had negotiation skills early on, was bright, was like, how much did you pay for it? And just so happened the son came in and he was like, came out, he was 17 cents. He said, let me give you a quarter. And then with the quarter, you still making a profit. He negotiated his way. Like, I thought, oh, this is, this is about to show us, the promising makeup of the young black man in Chicago. Shit, was I wrong? Like, I was fucking wrong, because 5 minutes later, he's feeding the dog, right, with the beef jerky that he just got. And then all of a sudden, he sees a Cadillac Suburban roll off. Now, here's my thing. Little boy, young man, why are you following that truck that is skirting off? Why would you go follow him? And then when he gets around the corner, he's not afraid of death. And the funny thing is, he has become numb to it, because it is something that happens often, all the time. And he sees the kid laid out on the ground. He's standing over him. You see the dude got on brand new Jordans. At least they look like Jordans. Y'all ain't really good with tennis shoes, but they look like Jordans, or foams maybe. And then he got on, and he had a chain, and he checked the dude's pockets. And I'm all like, this kid can't be that kind of kid. This kid is, I'm looking at him going, no. Wait a minute. You finna take the stuff out of his pockets, baby? Is that what you finna do? And that is exactly what he did. He didn't have anything in his pockets. He took his chain. He took his shoes. The lookout across the street heard the police coming and told him to go. He gets on his bike and goes down the alley to, hide his bike and the backpack where he is now. Stuffed the chain and the shoes, okay? Comes out with his hair stuffed in. Is that the only way in and out of the area? Like, is that the 9 is what they called it? Is that the only way in and out? You couldn't go an opposite way. You had to go back through past the crime scene, because he ends up getting hemmed up. The police officer ended up seeing him standing over the body. Excuse me, y'all. They take him to the police station, and all I could think of is, where is his parents? Then we go into Brandon. Let me back up, y'all. Normally, I like to go person by person. So probably these first couple episodes, I'm going to go just as it is, and then I'll change to my normal routine. I got to get the rhythm of the show before I can go, person by person. I got to go through the whole show. Well, so just stay with it. Stay with it. This is the first time we're introduced to Brandon. Brandon is in the restaurant. He is not on the line yet. He's in the back. I don't know what y'all call them when they in the back prepping. He's a food prepper. That's not what they call, but he gets a shot at the line. Now, the chef, and I want to say she's the maitre d' or the hostess or whatever. They got some kind of thing going, but you could tell that she kind of likes Brandon, honey. She kind of likes him and wants to see him do well. You better watch her. You better watch her. The next scene we see are a brother and sister walking down the street. And the brother is young Kevin and Keisha. And they're walking down the street. Keisha look cute, look trendy, and so does Kevin. Kevin wants to use her cell phone. She's all like, no. She's all like, why? I want to call to text this girl. He texts this girl, okay? And then they go on. We see Kevin at school with his boys. He likes Andrea. So when he sees Andrea, they're all like, go talk to her. You know how that is when you was in junior high and you saw that cute girl. Honey, girls always rule the world, okay? You can see it. It starts early. You see her. She's all like, I want to talk to you. And he's all like, I want to talk to you, Andrea. She said, well, you said you're going to sign up for the play. Sign up for the play. I'll talk to you then, honey, using all her feminine wild, that chocolate beauty that she has real young, to get him to do what she wants him to do, which is to sign up for the play, to audition for the play. Then we see his sister, okay. Then we see his sister, and his sister is fucking Emmett, honey. In the house, he ain't fucking Emmett. We see them go up onto Emmett's house. Emmett's sitting in the window naked, and you really can't see what's going on. And I'm all like, what the fuck is happening? We go inside the house, and Emmett's getting a BJ. Getting his knob slobbed by Keisha. And she's all like, I'm not gonna keep doing this. Do me now. Like, I'm all like, how old are they? Like, you could tell he might be 18, 19, but how old is she? 16, 17? She not old enough for that. Like, she ditching school and shit. Like, She's skinny. She still got a boy body. I'm all like, wait a minute now. I mean, now most of y'all probably lost y'all virginity when y'all was about 15, 16, 17. Tell me. Let me know down in the comments below. My nosy ass wants to know when you lost your virginity. I lost mine 2 weeks before my 16th birthday. See, I share, you share. That's what we do. So, you know, Emmett tells her, you know, I got to look out for my mama. I got to look out for my mama. So then they get out the window. The next thing you know, the mama's coming. The mama comes in the house. He tells her, you got to get under the bed. Get under the bed. I'm not getting under the bed. Asshole naked. I'm not getting under the bed. She gets under the bed. The mama comes in and she's all like, listen, if you're going to be fucking and smoking weed in my house, because, you know, he tried to clear it up, the weed he was smoking, you could at least pay your mama rent. She's all like, what? And first off, you know we don't close no doors. Black households. Y'all know your mama was like, do not close my door. Don't close these doors in my house. What did you closing the doors for? I'm the only one closing the door. I'm a mama. I still say that. Why is these doors closed in my house? There is nothing secret and private up in this joint except for in my room, and that's it. So the mama comes in and sits on the bed and says, what's your name, girl? He looking crazy. She trying to get her little green panties. What's your name, girl? And she finally yells Keisha. Tells Keisha that she could stay for breakfast, or gives her panties and tell her, help the girl get dressed and come on down for breakfast. It's a trip. So then we see Ronnie. We're introduced to Ronnie. Ronnie comes out with his juice and 2 beers for the homies that's sitting outside. You got the homie across the street in the lot with the fake TV sitting there with his bottle of Henny or Remy or whatever he got, is brown liquor, and doing what people with no jobs that hang on the block do in a different capacity, because they aren't selling drugs, but they sitting there loitering, drinking and shit. Y'all know people like that. And then Ronnie is hitting on this young girl who looked like she in her 20s. I'm all like, Ronnie, what are you doing? You're disgusting me and her. Like, what? Oh my God. Why can't they comb his beard? Why can't they trim it up? That's what I said when I looked at Ronnie. I'm all like, come on, you got good chocolate skin. I love a chocolate brother. If y'all follow me, y'all know that I love a chocolate brother. Clean that beard up. So then you see, all of a sudden you see a squad car. No, it wasn't a squad car. Undercover car come up, hem him up, pat him down, tell him, get in the car, it's about Jason. Now, we had just heard him talk about Jason, because he said, when after the girl didn't talk to him, well, my girl fine anyway. My girl finer than him anyway. And it was like, Tracy ain't fucked with you in forever. She was like, she always gonna be my girl because she got my son. And that ain't even your son. He said, I raised him like he was mine. So he's mine. So then he ends up in the car. You know, he gets in the car. They get in the car. He tells him that Jason is dead, like got shot, however he told him. They get to the morgue and there is Tracy inside the morgue. It is a very solemn moment. Like, it was real acting. These people are doing their thing with acting. I didn't even say who the actors was. I need to go back to that, but not right now. Jason's mom is in full-on tears. Like, you know, I felt that because I got sons and I was just like, Jesus, please. Every time that kind of stuff happens, I'm all like pleading the blood of Jesus over my children and like a hedge of protection and fences around them. Like, every time, it don't matter that it's on TV, it felt so real because it happens every day. And he was there to console her in that moment. Like, in that moment, she allowed him to console her. Brandon goes home. Brandon's girlfriend Jerica comes to pick him up from work, and she's all like, your mama's tripping. She's at the house drunk. Do something about her. She's disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. They go home. And the mama's there, and the mama is super disrespectful. And listen, Jerica, I give her much props for the way they have her portraying her and being respectful. Because, baby, your mama gonna get cussed the fuck out the way she talking to me. Like, I can't take it. After so much, if you can't tell your mama, I'm gonna tell your mama. I'm gonna tell your mama, bitch, shut the fuck up. This is my house. I am the queen of this domain. You will not be disrespecting me in this house. Your son can see you outside. Like, you have to handle that, brothers. You have to handle your mother for your girl, for your wife. And brothers, make sure you handle your mother with care, because you know she crazy. But she was drunk, and here we go. She says, I need a ride to the station. They got Coogee up at the station. Then we see the Detective Cruz, talking to Coogee. Detective Cruz shouldn't be talking to Coogee without a parent. Isn't that right? He's under 18. Your parent needs to be around. He should not be talking to him. He should have been saying, where's my mama? But Coogee was savvy and charming and just witty and intelligent. Like, he held himself together. He knew he hadn't done anything. So, you know, but we knew it too, and so did the police, because, you know, they tested his hands for gun residue. He didn't have no gun. He did have the blood on his hands. And he said, man, I was just feeding the dog. So then Cruz finishes his interrogation, and there's Wallace outside. Wallace and Cruz got some kind of beef. We're going to find out what they beef is. You could tell Wallace don't like him, and he don't like Wallace. We get back to Emmett, and Emmett's in the shoe store. In the neighborhood shoe store buying shoes, and here comes some chick with a baby that's crying. I'm like, shut that baby up. Shut that baby up. Pick that baby up. Feed that baby. Change that baby's diaper. The baby's crying because the baby needs something. That ain't the baby. Shut the baby up. But all of a sudden it pops off. And he's all like, I got 2 kids. I take care of my 2 kids. She's like, you got 3. Emmett Jr. is yours. And he's all, just because he carries my name doesn't mean that's my child. And then they have a little tiff, you know, go back and forth in the shoe store real quick. And he's like, fuck it. Let's go take care of it now. Let's go over and get a paternity test. Let's get it over with. Let's get it done. Then we see Emmett at home with his mom. Emmett's in the bed, sleep. Mom comes to the door, bangs on the door. He gets up to open the door for his mom, and he's got the baby. She's got the baby in her hand and a bag, and she says, this girl just came to the door and handed the baby to you, said here, and she's gone. Here's the baby. Here's the baby's diaper bag, and she left this for you. He was like, Ma, this ain't even my baby. And that's when she handed him the paper. The paternity test came back that you were 99.99999% the baby daddy. Even though he didn't see it, you know that's what the shit said. He wanted to go run off to go find her. Like, bitch, don't leave the baby here with me. I'm a handle mine. That's what he wanted. But the mom was like, she's gone. You need to take care of this baby. So then we see Ronnie and Tracy together. And Ronnie, you know, goes on to tell her how he was connected to Jason. I taught him shit. I helped raise him. It was me. And she was like, then act like it and find out who shot my baby. And this is where shit starts turning left. Next thing we see is Ronnie talking to the boys on the block, saying had they heard anything about Jason. And lo and behold, of course they heard something about Jason, sent him to the street corner, right? The street corner, the hood street corner where the drugs is being sold. And he talks to one of the guys there, and he says, a lookout saw him, and calls the dude over, and the dude says, only thing I saw was a boy standing over Jason. He describes Coogee to a T. He had an afro kind of girl looking like he always be up at the corner store. So now I think I forgot to say that when they let Coogee out, Coogee went over to his brother's house, right? And this is all happening concurrently, actually. Coogee went to his brother's house. They eat a PB&J, a spin on the PB&J. They leave. They go separate ways. Brandon goes his way. Coogee said, I need to go get my bike and my backpack. He gets his bike, his backpack. He sees the shoes in the bag still. The chain on. He puts the chain on. He goes and sells the shoes to Emmett, right? Emmett, all the shoes. Emmett with all the babies. Emmett is the playboy, okay, that has to grow up real quick. Coogee is on the bike in the neighborhood, goes into the market. Mind you, at the same time, concurrently, but, you know, use your imagination. Now, Ronnie's standing outside of the liquor store because the young man had told him that he goes to the liquor store all the time. So he's standing outside the liquor store. Now, when Ronnie saw Coogee, you could see that Ronnie was looking like, wait a minute, this kid don't even look like he got on loud colors. His hair is all over his head. He don't even look like that, right? But you know, in real life, looks can be deceiving. When Coogee comes out, Ronnie goes up to him. Ronnie says, I just want to talk to you about my son. He was like, man, I don't know nothing about it. Ronnie grabs Coogee, shakes him up, sees the chain. Because remember now, Coogee didn't took the chain, took the shoes. Coogee got the chain on. And I'm just saying, like, really? That's how you know he was a square? Everybody know in real life that you don't wear the shit that you take. You go and you sell it. You go sell it, you go pawn it. Everybody knows. When Ronnie sees the chain, he instantly snaps, instantly goes insane, which is what a parent would automatically do. You killed my son. I gave my son that chain. That's my son's chain. Why'd you kill my son? Coogee is trying to explain to him, I didn't kill your son. I was just there. I saw him. I took his stuff. Yes, I did, but I didn't kill him. And At the same time, they tussling back and forth, and Ronnie is just not thinking with a clear head. He's angry. That's how come you need to be slow to anger, like the Bible says. He is angry. He's angry. He's not listening to the young man, not giving the young man a chance to even explain himself. And as in the tussle, Ronnie has the gun out, and it's pointed at Coogi. And I'm just holding my mouth. I'm emotionally attached. It's draining me. I'm holding my mouth looking like, please, God, no. Now, all while this is going, you got Kevin and his two friends coming down the alleyway talking shit because his friend Jake had asked Andrea out. And Andrea is the girl that Kevin had liked, right? That's the reason he wanted to be in the play. So they fighting and they coming down the alleyway. You know, Kev's all like, you know, fuck y'all. And he goes in front of them. He walks up. He hears a noise. He hears a tussle. And he goes up like nosy ass kids do. Nosy people in general. Nosy Coogi. Nosy Kevin. Okay. Goes up and he's looking around the van. And he sees the tussling happening. And his eyes are open because he sees the gun. Next thing you know, the gun goes off in the tussle. Ronnie realizes what he has done. He has shot the kid. The kid falls out instantly dead because he shoots him. I want to say he shot him in his heart. So he was instantly dead. I had tears in my eyes, y'all. Like, I was vested. Like, I just knew Coogi was going to last the whole series. Shame on y'all for doing that to me. I just knew, like, he clever, he's smart. Look, he looks brilliant. Like, he's charming. Like, I just knew, but that's how it works, though. The ones that shouldn't go always go. The ones that no one should die of violence, but you get the point. So when Ronnie, you could see, he realized what he had done. He was feeling slightly remorseful, but also feeling vindication by killing his son's killer. He takes the chain and he runs off because he is now frantic. Because really, Ronnie ain't no killer either. You hear me, Ronnie? That ain't what Ronnie does. So, and as he's running down the alley, he sees Kevin. Kevin sees him. He gets nervous, as he should, because a real killer, we know in real life, when you really live in the hood, he gives zero fucks about who's there and who's not. If you see me, you getting shot. In normal circumstances, young Kevin would have been dead too, and it would have been 2 murders. But Ronnie couldn't do it because Ronnie's not a killer, okay? Ronnie was on some vendetta type shit, so he could not do it. You feel me? Kev's all like, I won't tell. A real killer wouldn't give a fuck. So you knew that Ronnie first was remorseful, but thought that he had vindicated his son, and then felt bad that somebody had saw him and he ran off. Then we see Brandon again. Brandon's on his way into work. Jerica calls and tells him that your brother is dead. It's Coogi. He's gone. He's dead. Y'all, that fake crying, but it was real crying, like in real life is what I was seeing. Next thing you know, we see the funeral services for Coogi. We never see Jason's funeral services, but we see the funeral services for Coogi. They are very heartwarming. At this point, I am in tears because of the speech that Brandon had given on his brother's behalf. Like, it moved me. He was like, God said he wasn't meant to be here. He was too good for here. Like, see, I got a little tear in my eye because that's how you feel about when people leave you too soon. So when the funeral services were over, the mom, we find out her name is Laverne, goes batshit crazy on Brandon. Like, you let your brother die. You did that. You were supposed to watch him. You wasn't keeping your eye on him. Like, you know, I can understand her grief in the moment, but don't blame the brother. It's not the brother's fault. It's not the brother's fault. So then we go back, we see Kevin, and Kevin is back at the school, and he goes in to audition for the play. Because Kevin had walked out when he found out that Andrea was going to the movies with Jake. So on Saturday, and he wanted to hang out with her at the mall. So he gets up there and he has to sing Slide Some Oil to Me. Y'all know The Wiz, right? The Tin Man is who he was performing as, and he actually does have a really great voice. I'm sure we're going to see him belt out the song. Well, not belt out, but sing the song and sound really good in doing it. And I noticed he was a latchkey kid. Y'all see that? He was definitely a latchkey kid. So I guess he's supposed to be like 12. 11, 12. Then they flash us back to Brandon. Brandon leaves the repast, leaves the church, and goes to work. He has to work. He, you know, the chef, no, we're not going to do it. He said, I'm going for the line. You got to let me work. You got to let me work. You know, that was a real emotion. Like, the writers of this really did really well. The cast did really well. That was a real raw emotion. I need to do something else in order to get my mind off of what's going on in my life right now with my brother. My baby brother is gone. I can't imagine that happening to Kingston and Royal. I cannot imagine Y'all, I'd be crazy as fuck. So I forgot who it was that told Brandon that somebody saw something. Damn, I forgot who that was, y'all. Anyway, Brandon goes and finds Kevin, bargains with Kevin, gives him the $42 in his pocket and the bike. He asked him, he bargained with him, the money he wanted. He was like, I can't give you the bike. The bike was my brother's, you know, the sentimental value behind it. But he ended up giving him the bike and the $42 cash and shows him who killed his brother. And that was an accurate portrayal. It was definitely Ronnie who killed his brother. And you know, we know that Brandon is a regular dude, but vengeance is something else. When you want to get revenge or you seek revenge, that regular dude goes right out the fucking window. When you agree, that regular dude is out of here. Like, you turn into somebody else, especially if you feel like your brother was wrong. What do you guys think about the episode? Let me know down below in the comments. I really am here for it. I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. The music was great. The scenes were great. The actors were great. The casting director, the writers did a wonderful job. Now, I don't know anything about Chicago. So me looking at it from somebody on the outside, I think that it was done really, really well. And I really cannot wait to see how this season develops. I am your girl, Talisa Rae. Thank you so much for watching my review of The Chi, Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot. We are here for this on Sundays. I will hopefully upload on Monday. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I'll see you on the next video.